All right. Here we go. It's Anthony Fallon. It's on Center Sports Channel. Let's go. Hey, what's up, everybody? What's up, YouTubers? Everybody out there. We got Dallas on the docket coming Monday versus Tennessee Titans. Seems like a winnable game, but that's not the case when it comes to us. Indications show that, we might win this game because we lost the last one. That's why we're 3-4 because we have lost. We lost one, won one, lost one, and won another. As you know how that goes, Jekyll and Hyde, the Jekyll and Hyde effect. Who are we? What are we? And really it's more like who? It's because we're supposed to be a run first offense and pass off the play action. So we made some changes in the bye week. Well, one, we traded to get Amari Cooper. Two, we fired the offensive line coach. Let's see what changed. Let's see how this is gonna work out, because the Colombo and Hutchinson came out of retirement. He's the old offensive line coach back in the 90s when we was the powerhouse back then, during the Super Bowl eras. He's helping to assist Mark Colombo. So if they don't take the rookie out of the line, we're going to continue to have the same results. A poor offensive line play. And from that point, going into the run game, into the pass game, and then over to the defense, because you're going to wear the defense out. So, but definitely the run game and the pass game is going to affect that the most. And we don't need to be in that kind of a rhythm or that kind of a mode with Tennessee, because Tennessee has the same problems. They have a good defense, but their offense is stagnant, very inconsistent, and we don't want to find ourselves in another dogfight like we did with Washington Redskins, because their offense was stagnant. It's not the most explosive, put it like that. It's not the most explosive, but their defense is right there on par with the Cowboys. And we know that the Tennessee Titans, they're going to play hard. And they can have one of those games where they can put up a lot of points. Whether it's running, Mariota running for touchdowns, throwing for touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? So two things. So the main thing for us, I don't know if they run a 3-4 defense. I don't think. But the kicker is this: they have a mobile quarterback in Mariota, and he can run. So we got to do whatever we need to. We need to learn how to contain, man. Play very disciplined, and our ends just have to play upfield and not just try to sack the quarterback, but to keep him in the box in order to get pressure on him and not let him escape. have to keep that to a very minimal. I ain't saying you're gonna stop him all the time because he's that athletic, you know. But we're gonna have to see. We're gonna have to make sure this offensive line is solidified first. And with the coaching changes, let's hope that is so. Sorry, stretching my legs. And I've been driving for a little while. Man. I'm winding down. It was a whole debacle today. You know. Well, let me just tell y'all how it went down. I drove from Laredo, Texas to Omaha, Nebraska. 17-hour trip. I didn't drive the full 17. Of course, you can't do that. But I'm just saying. In 2 days, I drove 17 hours. Got here, ready for my delivery. Now, where I messed up at was that I was exhausted. I'm not gonna lie. Getting to Laredo, because I made a delivery to Laredo, which was 19 hours from Iowa. You know, 3 days before, 2 days before, and picked up in Laredo. So it's like deliver, then go pick up, and come back up to Omaha. So I get here, man. But on my load board, the delivery was to Omaha, Nebraska, and come to find out it was supposed to be delivered to Quincy, Illinois. So now I had to leave Omaha, Nebraska, and now I got to drive almost 6 hours to Quincy, Illinois. I mean, I had time left to make the run. So that's why, you know, I am a little tired, but I got to get this load off my back. I got to drop the trailer, you know, so I can finish out the rest of my week with a nice paycheck. You know, I get paid by the miles. I'm my own entity, so if this truck, as long as I can run, if the truck can run, I make money. So that's how that goes. I digress. Everything is just, it's like, this almost feels like the beginning of the season. We're stuck with more questions than answers. That's the crazy part about it. We got Amari Cooper. He has proven to be like a number one receiver. He's a route runner and all this stuff, and which is good. But we're gonna see how it's gonna go. You know, especially if he's going to play Sunday. We don't know if he's going to play. Everything we all think he's going to play, but we don't know for sure. Even though he seems like him getting acclimated to the offense, to the offensive scheme, it should be he should pick it up pretty easy because of him being associated with some of Linehan's former offensive personnel, you know, that he should be able to just jump right in. But remember, what's his name? Bryce Butler, familiar with the offense, but he didn't just jump right in because he said things have changed with the wide receivers coach, because they run off of, you know, how many, instead of just running a 7, you know, or whatever, it's based off of steps, not just running it 7 yards or 10 yards, whatever, you know, because if you're going to usually, traditionally, if it's like a 5-yard in route, you're going to run it about a 6 or 7, you know what I'm saying? Something like that. Or you might run it less depending on the pressure of what type of pressure is on the quarterback. You might run it a 4 or something, you know what I'm saying? just so you can get in your cut a lot faster to relieve the quarterback. So that's neither here nor there, because we will have to just wait and see. But one thing that is for certain is that we're gonna have to see an improvement in the line with this change. And like that's why I say it's more like the beginning of the season. Well, really, it's the beginning of the second half of the season, and it's like we're starting all over new because we had a bye week, and we made a couple changes, and now we're trying to get that. Now we're trying to get that to mesh, and build some continuity for a change. And let's hope so. Straight it out here, and it shows that that they're admitting that they made a mistake by not trying to get a number one quarterback. Run wide receiver, or at least trying to keep a wide receiver that poses a threat like theirs. Even though he wasn't a number one, but still, you could not let him get off, because then he'll gain confidence and just dominate. So, and let's see how they're gonna if Cooper's gonna play. Is he just gonna be mainly outside, and who's gonna play on the opposite side of him? Because as from what I can tell, Cooper can play slot as well. So you're gonna have to. He's just a well-rounded wide receiver. Everybody's trying to say a number one. I just say he's just a well-rounded wide receiver where he can play, X, Y, and Z. Why? Because he's good at running his routes, in and out of his cuts and his breaks, and has deep threat potential. To expect, I have the slightest idea. We come fall flat on our face, we come out flat. And you know how we have came out doing after a bye week. We have came out flat. Unprepared, played with low energy, and then when it's midway in the third quarter, you want to turn on the light switch to try to get back in the game. But that's just the way it goes, huh? Well, I don't really have much to say. That's all. I'm gonna do another video right after this, and I'm gonna talk about something else, because I didn't want to put the two together. So I'm gonna talk about this Eric Reed thing. But this Tone Center Sports people, YouTubers, fans, I'm out. Peace.